building owners and facility managers can have a risk assessment done of their facility in lieu of the 5 years.
Hey guys, welcome to SIC SIPs. Thank you for joining us today. First off, it's Mustache March for me at least. Finally got mine in. Secondly, we're talking today about alternative assessments to 5-year inspections. And so with that, you guys are going to learn about what a risk assessment means, just as you just heard about. Thirdly, we're going to talk about reporting and consistencies that can be seen with reporting and questions, again, that you should be asking when having these 5 years done. So tune in and then comment below at the end. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, guys.
That's another option for them. Like we're going to talk about this. If they were to find a service or an offering where they're going through more of the piping or they're going through to do these things, that can be offered in lieu of the 5-year. And so I think, and that's also if they're doing system redesign, if they're opening up a good portion of that pipe to redesign the system, that can count as the 5-year because they're inspecting, they're looking inside that. And so for you guys, that's another way of doing these 5 years. If you know that you're going to be doing an improvement on your system, that year, you can count that for the 5-year. That's part of it. And I know a lot of contractors push that too, because it's like, if we're going to be opening it, we're going to be draining it, let's just do it. Let's just get it done that way. Now there's other types, like you can get into life cycle asset management programs. That can be where, like for Sonic, we go in, we assess a good portion of that system, not everything, but what is substantial to help us understand where's the condition of that system at. You can have video inspections that go further. There's people who do video inspections to identify corrosion and stuff, and then go through and can use that in lieu of a 5-year. So I think it's important that you guys have that knowledge, have those ideas of what could be a better practice than a 5-year, and implement that as your 5-year practice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Chad, did you have any closing thoughts before we kind of round out this conversation of 5 years?
Yeah. No, I agree with everything you guys are saying. I would also say, again, about we touched on earlier about not requiring proof, but don't be afraid to ask your contractors exactly where your areas of piping is being inspected. Ask for some actual visual confirmation, or our report is very in-depth and we can give you that as well.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a good point, Chad, because there's this, like some ambiguity about like, how do you know which part of your system was inspected and like, where was that cross main reading taken or whatever else? And like, not that we're not assuming that they're not doing it by any means. We're assuming the best of these contractors, that they're probably doing their best, but like at the end of the day, like whatever's most accessible, especially like on a wet system, if you're in a hospital and it's behind an HVAC system, you're not going to get to that. You're going to get, where it's a bit easier down, or maybe it's in a stairwell somewhere. Whereas with our technology, it's literally the size of like it's a little bit thicker than my phone, but it's small enough we can get into places that people can't get. And there is a difference between like most accessible and code compliant.
Sure. I would also say part of this too, back to, your system is going to be, you're going to have your sprinkler system for hopefully a long time. So this 5-year cycle is going to be a 5-year, 10-year, 15-year. So you'd like to assess how your system is changing every 5 years. So if you have a detailed reporting record, hey, this is the piping that was inspected this time, and then this was inspected again at this cycle, so you can start to compare. So that's why just requesting a little bit more of a understanding or a standard of what how your system 5 years actually being done, make sure that it's compliant, make sure they're doing everything that's required, and then also you, for your own knowledge and for your own benefit, to know how that system is being assessed over a 5, 10, 15, 20-year period.
Guys, thank you for watching the video. We hope that you found that educational. Our next conversation, we're going to start wrapping this up, and so we would love to you guys join in. You're actually going to hear some thoughts and some dreams that we actually start discussing next time within Sonic, but then also really final concluding thoughts on the 5-year assessments. So thank you guys. We'll see you in our next video.